Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
Hey, good morning. It's 14 minutes after 7 o'clock. 7:14. What's interesting, that's my birthday, by the way, 7:14. I don't know. Hey, good morning. We're talking this morning about, I know this is kind of a varied subject, but janitorial work and saving women. Tell me, Sarah Shelton, how does that work? I'm sure you didn't come up with this idea. Okay, I'm going to help save women, but I want to do the janitorial service. Or which came first?
Well, I had a business before, and I went downhill, and I went down a really bad life. So I knew the cleaning industry very well. With a lot of trauma that I walked through, I had to learn it pretty much all over. Yeah. But and there was just, God showed me things that I didn't like.
I love what you said right before we went on air. Spiritual, what was that?
Religious people are afraid to go to hell. Spiritual people's already been there.
And that's what you're bringing to the table. You've already been there.
Yeah.
And you help people, you help women specifically. Yes. Specifically Yuba County, or is that kind of like what you're focusing on now?
Yuba County is my hometown.
Yeah.
And that's where I like to do a lot of my work. I have bigger plans. Eventually, I want to be able to open up a home and actually put these girls in different homes and stuff like that. But it takes funds, and it takes a lot of work.
How many women do you have working for you?
Well, there's 5 of us. 5 of you?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And all those women that you've helped save. Mm-hmm. You mentioned something about, or at least Loraine did, something about the back of your van. What does it say on the back of your van?
It's our mission is to reach other women who has navigated through obstacles in their life, single parents, escaping toxic relationships and or abuse. We want to empower, employ, empower, and elevate so they can become the women that they intended to be and much more than they ever thought they could be.
I haven't watched it yet, but on Netflix there's a series about this very thing. It used to be disc jockeys knew we had arrived because we had WKRP in Cincinnati. You remember that old television show? Well, now this y'all have arrived. You got your own TV show. I think it's called Maid, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But Maid is not what y'all do. You do cleaning service.
We do cleaning.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second here. But the whole point of that story, I guess, is to also this redemptive quality of people that you hire. And if you don't mind me, I want to say this is just amazing, if I could, how you met Loraine here.
I met Loraine actually we ended up getting her about a year and about 2 months ago through the radio station. That's
what's I'm not saying this to crow. It just makes me. It's awe-inspiring because somebody was listening to the radio on 93Q. You heard when you were on, and told you about Loraine and how you could maybe help out. Loraine, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me, would she just show up, or just say, "How could I help?" or What'd you do?
She showed up at my house, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, my sister Cherry was working for her at that time, and I ended up getting a job. Sorry, I'm just nervous.
That's fine. You're doing fine. You're fantastic.
So, anyways, I ended up working for Sarah. Did I call you?
Did you straight up offer her a job? Say, come with me, work and get you out of this?
I slowly got her because, we can't help out girls until the new accounts come in. Yeah. And we got to build the job around them. A lot of women come in, they don't have daycare. We help with daycare. They don't, they're back and forth. They're either in court fighting for their kids or something. So we build the schedule to actually work around them. Wow. But it takes a while. It's not like...
And it takes money, too, because that's why you need these accounts or these places to come and clean, because that furthers your mission. And I got to ask you, with gas, this is something I kind of have jokingly said beforehand, that, boy, you see gas, $4.89 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
You all actually provide the gas for your employees to go back and forth to work.
Absolutely.
Why, if you don't mind, and why aren't other people doing it?
Well, truthfully, when it comes to when we're building a schedule for a person, not a lot of profit comes in if we get any profit. I end up going out and making my own money. You know, I did have a baby this year. So that was it, you know, God gave me another baby, but I had to stop working at 7.5 months pregnant, well, cleaning anyways.
Yeah.
But now that he's born, I'm back out there making my own money for these girls can still stand, because we can sit, you know, we're probably the highest cleaning agency that pays for the cleaners. We pay good wages. We provide their cars. We provide their gas.
Wait, you provide their cars? What?
Company cars.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we turn around and we do 401. We do retirements on them. We're trying to build them for something better. So now that we've got Shelton's Janitorial, we got some really good girls working with us. My boyfriend's actually quit his job, and we are actually out there building an LLC, Shelton's Janitorial. That's a sub for Shelton's Janitorial. And we're walking into construction. Well, we're in the middle of opening up an actual union to be able to stand up for the cleaners, because they are low paid, and it's a very hard job. It's not easy.
It is. And where can we see your work? And do you clean like banks in the middle of the night? Is that what you do?
We clean River Valley Bank in Marysville.
Yeah.
We clean the dealerships out there in Colusa. We do several houses. Loraine does a lot of that. She's actually set up for management. She's being trained each day of different things, getting her to grow in different things. When you come from a lifestyle like this, it's all new. It's all new. You know, she's going through the learning to pay bills, because she just got her home. She just got her home, and she's doing it amazing. She's absolutely doing amazing.
Loraine, it is truly, it's humbling just being in your presence to know that you've went through that change in your life. It's got to make your heart sing a little bit. How do you feel as a person knowing that there's possibilities now?
I feel great.
Do you?
Like I feel really great.
Is it because God and Jesus gave you that strength that you think that you didn't have before, or is it your strength that God is just releasing?
There you go.
Is it your strength?
No, I get my strength from the Lord.
Of course, but do you feel pretty strong right now?
Yes.
Do you? Would you be able to pass this along to future other women? Do you see yourself running a Loraine Craddick janitorial service one of these days, or a subsidiary of Shelton's Janitorial? Because
I don't know.
What I mean is, do you see yourself in Sarah's shoes one day?
I see myself helping other women.
Yeah. What would you like to say to other women? Because if that could happen off the last time she was on the radio, let's try to make it happen again. What would you like? What would you like to say to somebody that was in your position?
To keep moving forward and don't give up.
Keep moving forward and don't give up. There's a lot of truth in that, and I thank you. Let's get to know you if we could. Tell me about yourself, Loraine. Where are you from?
I am from Sacramento, California. That's where I was born, but we moved in Oliver's in 89. My mom bought a house in 89, and I went to Yuba Garden School.
Yeah, I went there myself back in the day, once upon a time. But you moved to Yuba Gardens, and what'd you do the first early part of your life after you got out of school?
I got into drugs.
Yeah.
I got hanging around the wrong people and got into drugs really bad at a very, very young age. But I think a lot of it was because I was self-medicating, because I had child trauma when I was little. So it was my way of numbing the pain and stuff from the trauma. And later I found out that I had PTSD
because of
from
that.
the trauma, child trauma.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Loraine.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. It's not where you have to stand up and like an AA and say, "Hi, I'm so and so," but or NA, Narcotics Anonymous.
There you go.
Have any of these 12 steps programs helped you out, or what has helped you get off drugs, if you don't mind me asking? Because there's people listening right now that, like I was talking to the parents of addicted loved ones that's meeting today. They're looking for little clues here on how they can incorporate it. How did you do it?
When I got baptized in the name of Jesus, that's when he took the drug addiction from me. That's how I got clean.
Automatically like
that. It was gone. I didn't have I didn't want it anymore in my life. It was gone.
What does it take for that to happen? What I mean is, I've often prayed for, okay, my heart's open, take control, take the wheel, if you will. Is that what you said? Just, it's all about you now? Or to God?
I can't even explain it. It was
awe-inspiring.
Very inspiring.
I've had moments like that where you're praying and feel like the top of your head's going to come off because it's just.
It was just gone. I did not have that addiction no more after I got baptized, and I still don't. I still don't have the urge to do it anymore. So to me that's a miracle, because I was a drug addict since I was 14 years old.
It is a miracle. I know. I've lost loved ones too. 3 dead loved ones. 1 person in jail right now because of the drugs. So, and the reason I want to talk about it, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot like that, is I wanted other people to hear how you do it. There is hope, isn't there? Isn't there, Sarah?
Absolutely.
This has got to be such a great feeling to you to pass it forward, or because you needed help once upon a time.
Absolutely.
Like you said. What was it that changed you around? What was was it a
I was
prayer
done
moment
with
like
the
that?
lifestyle.
Was it a prayer moment?
I was done with the lifestyle and definitely got arraigned. And I don't know, there was some kind of love that came in me that I didn't have because I was so drained and so empty inside. And I got my fight back, and I fought. And I fought for my life all the way through. And I got my kids back.
And you saw that this is going to be your life's mission.
And now that we don't just work with the women, we also help with the children. The ones that are willing to come in and do what they need to do. We've helped Trevor.
She helped my son even get, she employed my son. She saved his money from working for Sarah. She sold him a car for really, really good price.
Your son's named Trevor?
Yeah.
My grandson's named Trevor too.
Oh wow.
It's the name du jour.
Oh wow, that's cool.
When they stopped wanting to use, that's a wonderful thing. But also it takes major change, because you got to change everything about yourself. You got to change the people you're around. You got to change how you respond.
Yes.
You got to change everything.
Yes.
So when you walk in and you actually want to do something with your life, you got to put it all behind you. Every time I bring in another girl, I tell them, shut down your Facebook, because that's not your life no more. Open a brand new one. You don't need to be around the people that are going to offer it to you. You got to rebuild a whole new life. Walking through them, showing them how to do things correctly besides manipulating and just all together. Loraine, you can automatically tell that the spirit was in her, because it would constantly correct her.
I can see it right now.
Yeah, it would constantly correct her. But I wish every girl would come in with that, but they don't. So we work on the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, and we get them to where those first 3 steps are so important. And we get them to where they start seeing, hey, this ain't okay. We're going to try this different.
So basically, you are the sponsor of.
She's my sponsor.
Oh,
too.
Okay, so a sponsor of more than just one person.
Yeah,
This is kind of like the Shelton's sponsoring.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read your shirt there. It says, I'm I'm a Shelton. I didn't stop when I'm tired. I'll stop when I'm done.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
Wonderful. Tell me about the business, if you could, and how does somebody find out more information, and how they can support it? Because it seems to me like your business would be available or qualify for like grants and things to help out.
Oh goodness!
Because like I said, you provide cars and gas, pay for the gas for them to come to and from work. Those are not things people do all the time. How does somebody support it?
Well, you got to realize when she had no way to get to work. She didn't even have a driver's license, so we had to teach her how to drive. And then get her into a company vehicle before she can get back and forth. The first 8 months, I would drive all the way from Gridley, all the way to, was that Linda?
Linda.
And we would drive sometimes all the way to Chico to get her back and forth to work.
Yeah.
And we did the same thing for Trevor until he was able to go get another job that was full-time.
How does somebody listening right now support this? Do they basically hire you?
Well,
and what do they get from the hiring? Is it competitive prices compared to other janitorial services?
We're a little bit higher in our janitorial, but we're cheap in our houses.
Okay.
They get really good quality work because we do take very good care of our customers. We don't push out girls. As soon as we push out a girl, if she's not ready, we bring her back. And I run them through my house over and over and over and over until I have confidence they're ready to go back out. It's very costly. I'm not driving a brand new car. I'm not. All these cars that we've purchased and we have fixed to get these girls in, this is not a money thing.
Yeah.
This is not a money thing. I struggle with paying my rent. The employees get paid before I do. We pinch pennies. We make where the money can go. We do everything we can.
Now, you do janitorial services 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Okay. Now, houses. Tell me about that. You could actually hire people to come and clean your house?
Yes.
Okay.
So we go in for a first clean.
Yeah.
And then we put them on a regular service.
Okay.
So every time we sign up another account, basically we have girls sitting on here on the side, right? I have a whole family I'm trying to pull in right now. I have a single mom. She's just absolutely beautiful, and she'll come out to my house, pull weeds. She'll take trash. She'll do dump loads. She'll clean house. She does whatever she can possibly do. I just love seeing a single mom, because a single mom will do anything.
Whatever it takes to
feed her kids. And we have to get her ready. But a lot of times when these girls come in with PTSD, their minds are so fast, they can't slow it down. So it takes work step 1, step 2, step 3, start it over. You know what I mean? To get that mind to finally slow down, and then hopefully we get them to step 12. Not everybody comes in and takes suggestions. Not every girl comes in and makes it. If we had more resources, I call it that we have a small networking for women. We do work for Wash Construction. They're the 13th largest construction company in the world. We are their vendors. And in the U.S. and Canada. And they came to Northern California 6 years ago in 2016, and that's where Shelton's Janitorial came from. They recovered me.
And you're paying it forward.
And we're paying it forward. And we do use a lot of the funds and stuff to put back into our community to help these women. We don't let our girls' kids go without Christmases. We do not, we fork it out as fast as it comes in.
I know that somebody's listening right now going, I could sure use help like that.
Right.
How do they just call you Shelton's Janitorial?
This is the sad part. This is the very sad part, is we're working with one. We almost have her ready to go back out.
You have
all
your
the way
hands
out.
full.
We got our hands full, and I've had to turn down girls.
Well, that's what I want to get at is somebody's listening right now. Also, how do they help? How do they? Are you looking for? Basically, you're looking for people to hire you.
We need a woman network. All these women's in these banks and stuff like that. Throw our name out there. Hey, Shelton's Janitorial's just not out here cleaning. We're actually trying to clean up the world. My daughter. we're trying to we're trying to start a networking for women. You know, we're here, we're open, we need suggestions, we need more resources. Women come to me and they don't have a place to go. You know, anything will help. You know, we had a woman's closet. We have lots of clothes. You know,
it was Day of the Women just a couple of days ago, so let's make it part of the Year of the Women, if you will.
Absolutely.
Where do they find you? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes.
Speaking of that,
As either Sarah Shelton or Shelton's Janitorial.
okay, and of course, all they have to do is Google you, Shelton's Janitorial, and it's spelled SHELTON.
Yes.
And you're right here in the Yuba Sutter area, looking to work, looking to hire. The money goes back to help out your employees. You don't make money. I don't know.
We make a little bit. We do.
To pay the bills. I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
You know, we're at a radio station that is nonprofit as well.
Right.
And all the proceeds go back into the radio station. And you mentioned, boy, it's such a nice studio, and it's because we're able to do that. The money goes back into the business. Let's see if we can get the money going back into the business for Shelton's Janitorial, because I think what you're doing is a great job.
Thank you.
And it's like I said, it's humbling to be in your presence. Loraine Craddick, also Sarah Shelton. I want to thank you for being a part of the show. Would you like any final words or anything?
I just want to thank Sarah Shelton, for helping me and getting me out of the situation I was in and employing me, and because I was living in a tent in my mom's backyard, and now I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license, and now I have a license. She pushed me to get my, inspired me to get my license. So now I have a license, I have a car, I have a house and everything. So
I bet you're looking forward to inspiring somebody as well to be able to be in.
And I thank God. And I thank God for bringing Sarah in my life. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that is a fantastic way to bring this to a close.
Yeah.
I thank God.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Folks, I want to thank God that y'all are being here this morning.
Thank you.
And it's very, like I said, it makes me feel good too. Does that make me bad? Because I just like to talk people because it makes me feel good?
No.
No.
Thank you very much.
This community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 65 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted local expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.